The lighthouse is one of the most iconic symbols of our region. In New England alone, there's close to 200 of them, but none are quite as unique as this one. It's time to update your bucket list for one of the most romantic and exclusive experiences in the world. Private dining on top of a lighthouse filled with history. And it happens right here at the Rear Range Light in Newburyport. Jay Hyland is the president and founder of the Lighthouse Preservation Society.
This is the best view in town. This is a one of a kind as far as we know. We don't know anywhere else in the world where you can actually dine at the top of a lighthouse tower.
And what's very cool about this is you're actually the one that came up with that idea.
It was basically a pilot project to show what could be done with an abandoned lighthouse tower.
Built in 1873, this lighthouse is actually a range light, which were once commonly used to navigate narrow channels.
And so they always operated in tandem. There'd be two towers. Usually one was tall and one was short. And the whole idea was when you're coming in, you'd line them up kind of like, the sights on a gun. And you want to make sure that one was directly over the other. And when you had that configuration, then you knew you were in the channel correctly.
And while this lighthouse doesn't have its own kitchen, they partner with several local Newburyport restaurants to supply food for their guests.
So we'll present you with the menu from the restaurant you've chosen ahead of time when you come here. And really, at that point, it's just like a regular restaurant experience.
Ted Epstein, owner of Loretta, has been in the restaurant business for decades, but now calls Newburyport his home.
Ted is from New York City, so he really knows what he's doing. And when he came here, he really kind of took the downtown by storm, and he's really a great guy to be involved with us.
We've been working with the Lighthouse for more than 5 years now, and being known as one of the finer restaurants in Newburyport, they've been getting many requests for our food to be served there.
So your menu, it has a little bit of everything, but is it safe to say that seafood is the top seller here in Newburyport?
Well, certainly seafood is the top seller because that's what people are looking for when they come to Newburyport, and they are not disappointed with the quality of fish that we have here every day.
So the seafood risotto, we've heard a lot about this dish. It's gotten rave reviews. Tell us what it is.
Well, the seafood risotto is a fresh lobster tail, scallops, shrimp, and a terrific sauce.
Jay Racky is a Newburyport native and head chef at Loretta.
Jay really excels at soups and sauces, and besides the really fresh seafood, that's what really finishes the dish in a really nice way.
First I'm going to sear the scallops and a couple of shrimp. Just going to sear them for a couple of minutes, or a minute or so, and then I'm going to add some garlic and shallots, a little tomato for the sauce, and then I'm going to add some mussels. And we always treat with a little bit of garlic butter, lobster tail, and just some fresh picked lobster. We like to put the creamy risotto down first with the scallops and the shrimp and the lobster, and then we surround it with the mussels. And now we're going to just grate some cheese to put on top. A little bit of fresh lemon zest, which kind of brightens it up a little bit. Microgreens and some olive oil. And that is our seafood risotto. Order up.
How many stairs do they have to climb?
There's 72, and then once you get up to the very top, it's a vertical ladder.
Okay.
And everyone always pauses, and the question everyone always asks me is, it's at least 8 times up and down.
Wow,
Yeah.
so you get your steps in definitely with this job. Now, how many different restaurants can people choose from?
There's 6 different restaurants here in Newburyport that they can choose from. There's like a steakhouse, and there's a seafood restaurant, and a Thai restaurant, and we also do breakfast and lunch.
What does Jay mean to this lighthouse? Because this was his idea.
Oh, totally. So he's all about preserving lighthouses. That's, he's gone before Congress, and the dining thing was just a way to get capital so that he could save the lighthouses all up and down the East Coast. Everyone's always in such a good mood and happy to be there, so it's definitely a feel-good job.
The history of it is really interesting. It's very rustic. The people there are great people, and the guests that go there are really excited to go there because, again, it's a very unique experience.
It really is, and it really makes me feel so good. I mean, when people really enjoy their time up here, it's a memorable experience. It's just such a special place, and it's always fun to be part of that.